Welcome to the channel. I'm Exp0se, and these are some of the top stories making headlines today. Now, Olivia Grange, Member of Parliament for St. Catherine Central, has stated that the flare-up in violence in her constituency and sections of Spanish Town have been linked to persons from other constituencies. Railway Lane and other crime hotspots are situated in Miss Grange's constituency, but according to the MP, the upsurge started after individuals from adjoining constituencies relocated to her constituency of St. Catherine Central. Maybe we will continue the reasoning. Look and listen.
I grew up in the heart of Spanish Town, and it is not a place that we want to in any way get out of control. It has the potential, if it is not dealt with strongly and firmly and immediately, to claim many more lives. The level of organized criminal activity there is a national emergency. The social ethic of Jamaica needs to change to match the irresponsible ethic of those who seek to destroy our society. If you make bad decisions, you must face the consequences. So, I speak this way because I need to communicate to the Jamaicans who are very frustrated, who cannot understand why is it that the government doesn't respond. We can't respond because every move we make, there is some legal argument or some political argument being made about the preservation of rights. The rights of who? It is never a debate about the rights of the victims, those people who suffer, those people who are killed, those people who are injured in accidents. It is never a debate about those who have lost loved ones. What about their rights too? But we pay attention. Justice must be blind, but it cannot be deaf. It has to hear the cries of the victims, the people who are suffering. And I can understand that there must be defense of our democracy and our rights. And I can understand, and indeed I am the first defender of that, that we cannot allow an emergency or a disaster to change the liberal nature of our democracy. There's no greater Democrat than myself. But disorder will lead to anarchy. And where we are now with the average person in Jamaica is that if they can't get law, they will settle for order. So those who believe that their very eloquent pronouncements about rights are finding favor with the masses of the people, what they are doing is increasingly alienating the people from the system of justice and law enforcement. I do not have the luxury to be dithering on these matters anymore. We have to act on it. And we have to act to protect the innocent, law-abiding citizens.
Yes, nation, and now let's continue the reasoning. Now, Miss Green stated that the fact that individuals from adjoining constituencies relocated to sections of her constituency was the reason for the first attack. She said once that happened, the situation escalated, and that is the reason why she has been working closely with law enforcement to ensure that no reprisals or the situation itself does not continue. Now, first and foremost, she has pointed out the very truth that certain individuals have indeed relocated based on statements made by even law enforcement themselves, and the fact that key individuals are feuding amongst themselves and has turned this into what is now considered as an internal feud within a criminal organization. And in nowhere in the world have we seen criminal organizations go through an internal feud without it being settled with bullets and bloodshed. Now, the part of this situation that is of grave concern our great concern is the fact that this is taking place on busy shopping district streets. We are talking about the market district, highly or heavily populated. And based on the CCTV footage and the shell casings recovered from the scene, these individuals were firing high-powered weapons, high-caliber weapons, and cared zero for the innocent lives and the civilians going about their lawful business on that busy street. As in all cases, this is a situation where the people will have to decide, say, yo, them don't want this. This is not what they want. What also makes the situation more serious is that under the surface, this is not a fight for dominance. This is not a fight for a takeover. Individuals might be using the chaos to do that. But this is a situation where two individuals seem to be willing to stop at nothing in attempts to take the lives of each other. And multiple communities are now being torn apart because, as stated, the fact that the MP stated that these individuals relocated from adjacent constituencies means communities that are neighboring other communities. You see where the problem lies. And if these individuals are moving from one community to another community, then the situation continues to follow them from one community to another community. It is rumored that this situation was taking place outside of Spanish Town. Well, when we say outside, we mean on the outskirts. And it slowly but surely made its way into the city center. Now, the Jamaica Constabulary Force has confirmed that they have captured an individual in Damhead in Spanish Town who has been linked to the shooting incident. The situation is still being investigated and questions are still being presented, or they are in the process of presenting these questions in the presence of an attorney for the accused. Now, what is also sad, and we are talking about the situation overall, is that the Jamaica Constabulary Force has confirmed that this was an individual who was recently released. Now, we don't know. Some people are saying the timing seems strange. But what they are stating is that this individual who was captured was aligned to a different criminal organization and has now been captured for being linked to an internal feud taking place with the once enemy of that criminal organization. Now, they are also stating that this individual was recently released because of loopholes within the law. Loopholes that the state has stated that they plan to either cover up or bring new laws to Parliament. And the situation seems to be a situation that will be adding fuel to that. With people, obviously, on the Jamaican island, fed up with the crime and violence taking place. Seeing that, are saying that enough is enough. Crime and violence has not only slowed the growth of the people on a social standpoint, but even on an economic standpoint. Mentally, crime and violence has affected the literacy rate. In many communities, crime and violence does not remedy the situation of poverty. It increases it. After certain communities are known for violent crime, you know, for even the law-abiding, hard-working, blue-collar citizens, it make it hard for them to get a job. Many of these individuals have a put to them come from other places just to secure a job. Kids or youth from certain communities, especially communities with high violence, either hardly complete school to a certain level or even get to attend school on a regular basis. And sometimes crime and violence. Of course, some situations different. You know what I mean? You have the situations of funding and only for different cases. But of course, the crime and violence they make it easier. Crime and violence, of course, are all about the country. It's on the wharf. Crime and violence along with the WAF are all about the country. Talk to me in the comment section. Tell me what you think about the situation taking place. And the fact that the state seem to be leaning on legislation to fix the crime problem. The people seem to be leaning on the state along with the security forces to fix the crime problem. The security forces are pointing out to the people that without support from the people, there's little to nothing the security forces can do without information and intel. You see the situation at hand? Little to no solutions are being put forward, but mostly the criticism and the blame game being played. The people have to unite. As I'm saying, to bring crime and violence to a level. Crime and violence is everywhere. But when we bring it to a level where the country, the economy, the people themselves can grow, it's got to take a combined effort. The state alone can't do it with these new laws and legislation when they plan to push. The security forces alone can't do it without the help of the citizens who reside within these communities. So I think that is the situation at hand. Comment section 24/7. Never lack it. Click the subscribe icon and the bell icon. Of course, put it on all. This is how you know you'll be notified of all fresh content. As soon as fresh content is uploaded and made available for you. Don't tell the reason again, my sentiments for you and yours. If you want to live, love, and prosper. Stay tuned.